Alright, so today I'm going to share with you guys my car financing horror story. And this happened a couple of years ago when I got my Mazda that I just recently sold. I looked up some cars at CarMax and I found like a very inexpensive car that I was going to finance. So I called an Uber to pick me up. We're headed to CarMax and the damn Uber driver, his car overheats. And it completely broke down. We had to pull over to the side. We couldn't even complete the ride. I was like, okay, fine. I'm thinking like this has got to be a sign. The fact that I'm headed to do something that's totally against my beliefs, which is financing anything. So I feel like that was the universe trying to stop me from making a mistake. Well, of course, I'm so persistent, I did not listen. I get out of the Uber car, you know, and there's a bus line right there, luckily, to take me straight back home. A bus goes by and I see an advertisement on the bus for a Mazda dealership that's nearby. So I'm like, oh, maybe this is a sign. I hop on the other bus going the opposite way and I get to this Mazda dealership. So I found a nice little blue, cute little Mazda that was a couple of years old, maybe 3 years old. I decided to finance it. And of course, when you get in the finance office, they, you know, try to upsell you with all this stuff, all these warranties and this and that. And so me going in by myself, a young lady, of course they're gonna try to get over on me. They talked me into getting this warranty and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll get the warranty. So I drove the car away. I get home and I start looking at my paperwork and I'm like, I don't really need this warranty. Then I didn't even really like the car because the car was like a very, very basic model. Didn't even have Bluetooth. I'm like, Bluetooth? This is a 2015. It should at least have Bluetooth in the car. So I was like, no, I don't like this car. I go back to the dealership the next day and was like, you know what? I don't really like this deal. Can we rework the deal? And they, of course, they were reluctant. And I was like, okay, well, what if I look at some newer cars? And of course, they're like, okay, she wants to buy a more expensive car. So I'm like, okay, why not? If I'm gonna buy a car, I might as well get something I really want, right? This is the stupid shit that we tell ourselves while we're at the car dealerships. I look around, they had a black Mazda. Mind you, I had already financed the first car through one bank. I was thinking that they were just going to clear out that deal and just start a new deal with this new car, which was a 2018. It was 2018 at the time. It was a brand new car, never driven. No, we do the deal and me not paying attention, and I'm kind of like rushing because I had to hurry and go pick up my daughter. I look at my paperwork again and I'm like, these people have put the car that I just bought a couple days ago on this deal as a trade-in and then had me finance the car again through another bank. So it was, and they had like rolled in the depreciated value of the old car. And I'm like, what the hell? First of all, that's illegal. So I called the first bank and I was like, have you guys sent a check to the Mazda dealership? And they were like, no, we haven't done that yet. You know, it's processed, takes about a week to even do that. I was like, oh, because they're trying to process this deal as a trade-in and nothing has been traded in. I only drove the car for a day or two. Like, there is no trade-in. Just wipe that off, like pretend like I did a test drive and then sell me a car, straightforward. So I went back to the dealership again and I was like, this is illegal. There is no trade-in. I already talked to Capital One and they said this, that, and I was like, this is illegal. You guys cannot do this. So I'm going to leave you your keys and I'm going to leave you your car and I'm going to leave. So they go get the manager and this guy, and one big old guy comes out and thinking that he's going to intimidate me. And he was like, well, are you a lawyer? And I was like, no, are you a lawyer? He was like, no, but you come up in here saying that stuff is illegal and throwing those kind of words around and that makes people uncomfortable. I was like, I don't care about you being uncomfortable. This is illegal. So if I call the banks now and let them know what's going on, you guys will be in very big trouble. I was like, so here's the key. I slid the key over to him and I said, I'm out, bye. And I just walked out the door, and as I was walking out, he was like, well, I'm gonna have somebody come drop the car off by your house. I said, you can go do whatever you wanna do. I'm gone, bye. So I walked out, I was clearing out the car. I'll show you footage of that. I'm just taking a video. I'm leaving this car here with Auto Barn because they sold me this car fraudulently. So I'm making sure everyone sees that there's no damage to the car, none whatsoever. Everything, no damage at all. And now I'm bringing it back. Before I know it, the salesman comes running after me. Please come back, please come back, please come back. Please, we'll work with you, or whatever. So I go back inside the dealership. And I was like, look, I don't care about anything that you guys did. Give me a good deal. And that's it. Take this other deal off. And he showed me the new paperwork. He was taking that deal off from that first car that I drove for a couple of days. And I'm like, just give me a fresh deal on this new car. And so he did that, and they gave me like a 1.9 interest rate. They were really trying it because they knew that was illegal. You cannot do that. If somebody brings a car back and was like, okay, I don't want this car, can we rework the deal? You can't put that car on the new deal as a trade-in. Like, that's totally illegal. I'm like, that y'all not about to do me like that. But they really tried it. So I drove off with that car, and everything was fine, everything was cool. And probably about 3 months later, I come out of work and I see a dent in the front of the car. Somebody had just hit the car and just kept on driving. About 3 months later, I go out with some friends. I leave my car parked on the street and jump in with them. Then once we're done eating and stuff, I have them drop me back off to my car. I get there. My dang on rearview mirror has been knocked all the way back. Luckily, the actual mirror had not broken, but the casing on it was shattered, and like there was still a good chunk of the case still. They had kind of like, it looked like somebody had took a bite out of the car, out of the rearview mirror, and then like the case, they had just put it on my trunk and left it there. Then sometime after that, this is all within a year and a half time of me getting the car, somebody rear-ended me and sent me flying into the car in front of me. So I was in a 3-car accident in the car. So I was like, this car must be cursed. I mean, after the disaster of an experience trying to finance this car, to follow up with all these different dings and dents in my car, and then a 3-car accident, I was like, not only do I want to be out of this car loan, I want to get rid of this car, because this car has been nothing but bad luck. And if I think back to that day when I rode the Uber trying to go to CarMax, and just by coincidence, his car started smoking and the car broke down with me in the car, I should have taken that as the universe trying to stop me from having to deal with all this stuff. So I won't ever finance another car again. Next car that I buy will be with cash, so I will not have to deal with any of that car dealership foolishness. And definitely it is a lesson learned. So universe, I have learned my lesson, and I am glad to be done with that cursed car. Peace. I'm saying bye to cars and car notes, right?
Yeah.
I just sold this car back to the dealership with no regrets. Now I only have my student loans to pay. Bye.
Bye.